But our top story tonight, Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel picked his new team today and has done something that has perhaps not been done in a very long time in the country, because the BJP went ahead and dropped all the ministers from the previous Rupani regime. Now, normally when you have cabinet reshuffles, some ministers are dropped, but here there was a complete wash of the previous regime. While dropping many sitting MLAs has been the norm in the Modi era, as I said, this is unprecedented. What does this really mean though? Is the BJP going in for a complete image makeover in the Prime Minister's home state? It's our top story tonight from Gopi Manyar.
Gujarat has seen a purge Indian politics has rarely seen. 15 months before assembly elections and 4 days after installing a new CM, the BJP has sacked the entire cabinet. CM Bhupendra Patel has picked 24 new faces as ministers. The axe fell on even heavyweights like Nitin Patel, who till a few days ago was a frontrunner for the chief minister's post. The cleanup had led to murmurs in the party, which were loud enough to delay the swearing in by a day. But in the end, all fell in line.
कल से किसी का मैंने कांटेक्ट नहीं था, किसी ने मेरा कांटेक्ट नहीं किया था, ऐसे ही सब मैसेज चल रहे थे। मेरा नहीं था, पार्टी ने, मैं कल भी बोला था कि इतनी छोटी सी उम्र में पार्टी ने 9 साल से मेरे को मंत्रिमंडल में स्थान दिया है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का श्रेष्ठ नेता का आभारी हूँ और मुझे कोई परेशानी भी नहीं थी, कोई नुकसानी भी नहीं थी और मैं नाराज भी नहीं थे।
सी, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी है, पार्टी विद अ डिफरेंस. नॉट अ सिंगल MLA is unhappy. Maybe some might feel that they might be left out or they had a chance.
हमारी पार्टी में तो ये परंपरा रही है, जो पार्टी तय करती है वो झंडा आगे आगे चलता है, व्यक्ति वो बदलते हैं. हमारे वहाँ कोई नाराजगी होती ही नहीं है. हम शिस्तबद्ध पार्टी है और इतने सालों से 30 सालों से यहाँ है हम पार्टी.
According to sources, the entire shake-up has been scripted from Delhi and has the High Command's blessings. Even the selection of the CM himself was a complete surprise. Bhupendra Patel was attending party meetings and planting saplings the day he was announced as the Chief Minister. The composition of Patel's new team is also revealing. There are 8 from the Patel community, a traditional BJP vote bank which has been upset with the ruling party. There are also 6 OBCs, 3 scheduled tribes, 2 scheduled caste, 2 Kshatriyas and 1 from the Jain community. Narendra Modi, during his term as Chief Minister, was known to drop a big proportion of sitting MLAs. But the current purge is unprecedented. It might have been necessitated by, among other things, the criticism of COVID management during the second wave. With this entire exercise, the BJP is hoping it can recover the goodwill and beat back anti-incumbency over its more than 2 decades of rule in the state. With Gopi Manyar, Bureau Report, India Today.
What explains the total makeover in Gujarat? Is the Gujarat model, the much wanted Gujarat model, now firmly under the scanner? Will Gujarat be simply remote controlled from Delhi? Is this high command culture Narendra Modi style? What is the Prime Minister's message to Gujarat? Some of the questions we'll raise. Gaurav Bhatia, the BJP's evergreen spokesperson, is with us. Rohan Gupta of the Congress is with us. Deepal Trivedi, senior journalist based in Ahmedabad, is also joining us. Gaurav Bhatia, to you first. All ministers dropped. A new chief minister appointed only a few days ago. Is this a government which is now going to be remote controlled by Delhi, as most people believe? Is this high command Narendra Modi, Amit Shah style, where suddenly overnight Chief Minister replaced, all ministers removed? How do you explain this, Gaurav Bhatia?
Rajdeep, I don't have to explain anything, but yes, I would like to further the ideology of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Here, the interest of the nation is supreme. Then comes the organization, that is the Bharatiya Janata Party, and then individual leaders and workers. And the spirit is one. The spirit is to serve the country and the state well. And it was very heartening to see that not just India Today, but many other channels asked questions to the outgoing ministers, and everyone in one voice said, we have firm belief in the leadership of Narendra Modi ji, in the ideology of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and per se the organization itself. What does it show? It
shows the spirit with which a worker or a leader joins the Bharatiya Janata Party to serve the people.
Gaurav Bhatia, what else will they say on camera? They cannot afford to rebel at this stage. They cannot afford to take on the Prime Minister. But more importantly, when you remove an entire ministry and the Chief Minister 4 years into power and 1 year before an election, does it also not suggest, Gaurav Bhatia, that the previous ministers were non-performers, the Chief Minister had not performed well, and you desperately needed an image makeover? How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rajdeep, you asked me a question that what would the outgoing ministers say in front of the camera? In front of the camera, I heard Sidhu just a few days back say, अगर मेरी बातें नहीं मानी गई तो ईंट से ईंट बजा दूंगा मैं. पता नहीं किसकी ईंटें बजा रहे थे, क्योंकि इमारत तो कब की ढह चुकी है. शरद पवार जी तो यही कह रहे थे. लेकिन मैं आपसे बताता हूँ the reason for changing also. See, a person in the Bharatiya Janata Party is groomed in such a way that person becomes a multifaceted party. Sometimes you are needed in the organization, sometimes you are needed for a specific purpose, and sometimes you are needed for the government. And therefore, if the party feels that yes, the best can still become better, then why not?
No, but is this not a vote of no confidence? Gaurav Bhatia, is this not a vote of no confidence when after 4 years you have to remove your entire government and the Chief Minister 1 year before an election? Is this a recognition that the Gujarat model that we keep talking about is not quite shining?
Rajdeep, just to give you a lesson in law, a vote of no confidence can only be brought in the assembly and the parliament.
It's a way of
and
speaking.
Do you know SR Bombay case?
It's a manner of speech.
No, I know. It's on a lighter note. Don't take it to your heart.
I never take anything to my heart.
No, but I know you have a heart that beats for somebody.
My heart beats for my wife. My heart beats for my wife and children. But go ahead.
No, that you people make a wonderful couple.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Yes. I just want to say this, Rajdeep, when you are a grounded party, there is a lot of feedback that comes your way. And sometimes certain changes have to be made in the interest of the country, state, as well as the organization. Those changes have to be accepted because change is the only constant. And those who don't change with time decompose and decay, like the Congress.
Okay. It's an interesting way that you're putting it. You're dodging the central question whether the ministers were non-performers and hence removed. But Rohan Gupta, the truth is, the Prime Minister has gone ahead, removed the Chief Minister, removed the ministers, brought in a new look cabinet. The contrast with the Congress is very clear. Look at what is happening in Punjab. There, your vote of no confidence is to impose on the Chief Minister a president in Sidhu who's constantly undermining your Chief Minister. So when I look at these two high command models, at least the BJP model seems to have clarity. The Congress model seems to be total confusion.
See, Rajesh, there is a huge difference. There is one model which wants to run everything through remote control sitting at Delhi. And there is another model which is a democratic model and which takes care of the local leaders' views and opinions and all. So there is a huge difference. And let me tell you, any change should be for the betterment of the people. You know Gujarat as good as I know, Rajdeep. In last 3.5 years, as far as Corona is concerned or any other issue is concerned, Gujarat has faced a lot. And if you let me tell Mr. Bhatia, if he says that Mr. Vijay Rupani is not being changed because of the lack of performance, I think he's fooling everyone. Everybody knows that because Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah thought that if you continue Mr. Vijay Rupani, you will definitely face the anger of the people because of the handling of the second wave. But Rajdeep, as I told you
but the fact is that the BJP will say that they have their Chief Minister accountable. If they don't perform, they are removed.
Absolutely not.
No, but they are removed. In the Congress, look at what is happening. In the Congress, there is confusion. Here, there is accountability.
Let me complete. The Chief Minister can be accountable if the Chief Minister has any power. Let me go back to Anandiben Patel. When Mr. Modi shifted to Delhi, Mrs. Anandiben Patel was made the chief minister. She was a Patidar face, and Patidar agitation happened in her rule. So where was the performance? Again, she was changed. Mr. Rupani was brought in, saying that only 2% Jain community is there, and we don't believe in caste politics. He also failed up miserably after 5 years. So Gujarat is not the laboratory of political experiments of BJP, where they put somebody and they change whenever they want. Today, whatever ministers they have put, Rajiv, 12 ministers are not more than 12 past. The education minister or anybody, you just check what betterment they are talking. There are no people as far as decision making of BJP is concerned. They want to send a strong message that everything will be run through remote control. I think this is a sign of overconfidence, and people of Gujarat, they are not going to leave BJP this time. Let me tell you, it's not about the anger of their MLAs. It is about the anger of the people.
Okay,
it is
so
about the anger of the people of 6.5 crore Gujaratis.
So there is one view of remote control politics, which the critics are suggesting, Mr. Modi and Amit Shah running this government sitting in Delhi. The other view is that this is political accountability and the nature of the BJP. Deepal Trivedi, what is the truth? Is this remote control politics, or is this the is this the BJP enforcing an element of political accountability, removing non-performers?
Rajdeep, I think it is both of them. Number one is, I heard that Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel picked his Council of Ministers. I don't even think he had the freedom to pick up the ministers he wanted, number one. And number two, I agree that the BJP is much more disciplined, organized, and it thinks ahead. So while the Congress is grappling even for an in-charge secretary, since Rajiv Satav died in last May, he died. The BJP has gone ahead, and made the chief minister accountable. At least the Congress also, all the leaders are rushing to Delhi for even the smallest of decisions, but there are no results coming in. The BJP has been smart enough, quick enough.
So you're saying the BJP is decisive, the Congress is indecisive. The BJP is going in for an image makeover, keeping next year's elections in mind. Do you see at all any resentment, any revolt? This entire cabinet formation had to be delayed by a day. Is there resentment among the old guard, or are they now resigned to the fact that they will go into a Margdarshak Mandal?
I think the BJP is quite used to it because their cadre or their discipline, their inherent discipline makes them very obedient and does not permit them to voice their views very clearly. But I have to say that for the first time, I have spoken to about 3 ex-ministers, senior people from the Vijay Rupani cabinet who have not been happy. Kumar Kanani, who was a state minister for health, has come out openly criticizing this move of, replacing and not giving him a place in the cabinet. Okay. So this is for the first time we are hearing murmurs, but at the same time, nobody has the courage, because if we remember when Keshubhai Patel had resigned as the chief minister, and then he quit the BJP and formed his own Patidar Gujarat Parivartan Party outfit. No Patels had supported him, and most of his candidates had lost their deposits.
So you're saying
people vote for the party, not the individual.
Interesting the way you're putting it. Very difficult in a state like Gujarat, which is dominated by the BJP, to rebel against the party and survive. But Gaurav Bhatia, for years, people like you would criticize the Congress party for remote control politics, that Sonia Gandhi was running the UPA by remote control. Now the same criticism will come to you, that Mr. Modi is running the Gujarat government by remote control, that chief ministers are dismissed overnight and an entire new cabinet is brought in without even consulting the legislators. Is this also not remote control politics?
See, Rajdeep, I would only say that rather I see it as a very positive development for 2 reasons. One, when there is a change, the workers and leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party have the capacity to absorb it and remain positive, to work for the betterment of the organization, the BJP, as well as the country. And second, it also shows that there is no Janma Siddha Adhikar to sit on a chair forever that you want. And you know, the decisiveness is very important. The country has a party which is decisive, which makes the right decisions. And compare this with the Congress.
Sure.
For 2 years, Rajdeep, they have not been able to appoint even a full-time president of the party.
No, but is
And
it
you rightly
decisive or
said-
dictatorial? Is it remote control politics?
I will tell you
Are
when it
cabinets
would be
being decided
dictatorial.
in Delhi? Are cabinets being decided in Delhi or Gandhinagar? Is the chief minister going to be decided in Gandhinagar or in Delhi? Are the MLAs only rubber stamps?
So, Rajdeep, let me say this, it would be dictatorial if there would be dissent within the party. If we see the likes of Sidhu's, Sachin Pilots, T. Singh Dev, and also Shailja ji, then that would be dictatorial and they're getting suffocated. People like Jyotiraditya Scindia had to leave the party. People like Jiten Prasad, why did he leave the party? There was a reason. They feel suffocated because their merit is not recognized. But in the Bharatiya Janata Party, even the outgoing ministers were reverent to the leadership, the ideology and the party. And last but not the least, let me say this very clearly, that we are all in politics and electoral results are a very important parameter to judge the success of the organization. In Gujarat, is it not true that 2019 we won all the Lok Sabha seats? In 2017, there was no anti-incumbency. There was pro-incumbency after 2 decades of good governance. These are all points that have to be kept in mind.
Sure.
Let us make our decisions, and then in the next elections, we will again show you how people of Gujarat have full faith in the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Rohan Gupta, you want to respond? The BJP keeps winning
Absolutely.
Gujarat. Why
Yes,
should they be worried? The BJP keeps winning Gujarat.
See, 2017 was the trailer of anger of people of Gujarat, that they are not happy with this remote control system. They brought them down to 99. They were talking about 150. Let me tell you today, next year when the results will come, they will be below 60 now. Because why I am telling you, Rajdeep, see, everybody in Gujarat understands that they cannot be done through remote control. Why the situation in COVID was worse in Gujarat is because everything was dependent on the officers. The government, whether it is CM or minister, had no power to take decisions. I think Deepalji will agree with me in many other cases like women security or employment, all the parameters Gujarat government has made miserably in last 5 years. Absolutely, there is no government. When there is no government, Gujaratis are voting for BJP and you don't have your own CM, why they should vote again and again? They have paid one price in terms of change of Anandiben in 2017. They will pay the final price and this will be the last CM of BJP as far as Gujarat is concerned.
Deepal Trivedi, in conclusion, are we to say that Bhupendra Patel is running the government of Gujarat, or is it true to say that he is only a proxy for the Prime Minister? The Narendra Modi ji, his bureaucrats, his men, including C.R. Patil, the state Gujarat president, they are running the show. The Chief Minister is only there in name.
Yes, Rajdeep, I completely agree with you that Chief Minister of Gujarat seems to have just a cosmetic value, and unfortunately this time the number of operators that would managing him have gone up rather. There are 2 more operators who would be managing them, but at the same time I would want to point out that Rohan rightly put that it's the bureaucracy that rules and it would be very dangerous. And at the same time, when Rohan Gupta himself admits that there has been no government, it's high time that the Congress, since 2012 at least I've been hearing that the Congress this is the last government of the BJP, but the Congress is nowhere to be seen. Today I went for reactions from the Congress party in Gujarat and they unanimously decided not to react on the issue. That's very weird.
Well, the Congress remains, some would say, the BJP's best ally for years in Gujarat. So we'll have to wait and see. While the BJP goes in for an image makeover in Gujarat, the Congress has to also fight its own wars in states like Punjab. Which is the better model? The Congress model or the BJP model? 2 high command models. Thank you very much, Gaurav Bhatia, Rohan Gupta, Deepal Trivedi, for joining me here on the news today. Let's turn from what's happened, the image makeover in Gujarat, to an image makeover, or certainly a makeover at the top in the Indian cricket team. That's right. The Indian captain Virat Kohli dropped a bombshell this evening just before the T20 World Cup next month. Kohli announced that he would be stepping down as the captain of the T20 side after the World Cup.